Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV with a special Fade the Public video for you for your college football championship game this Monday night, January 10th, between Georgia and Alabama. I'm going to let you know which way the public is looking at both the side and total for the college football championship game on Monday night, right here on WagerTalk TV. Hey, just a quick reminder, if you get a chance, check out each and every weekend my NFL Fade the Public video. I'm sure most of you are finding this video because you watched that Fade the Public NFL video. Don't forget, the playoffs are right around the corner. We will have the NFL Fade the Public video each and every week all the way through the Super Bowl next month in February right here on WagerTalk TV. Also, don't forget, if you want my personal best bets for NFL Pro Football, College Football Championship game, by the way, it's $9 Monday for the College Football Championship game, which means you get my personal best bet, my top recommendation, my strongest play, the Georgia-Alabama game, for just $9. Normally, it's $25 for a single play. Nope, it's $9 Monday, and that includes the big championship game Monday night between Georgia and Alabama. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. And if you want to try out basketball, now's a great time to do so. I've been the #1 ranked college basketball handicapper the past 2 years combined at WagerTalk.com in both win percentage and units of profit won. If you've been thinking about trying basketball, now is the time to do it. January is here. Conference basketball play is here in college hoops. NBA is in full swing as well. I've got a great special for you, and you've got one last chance to get it before it expires on Monday night, and that's 7 days and nights of all sports for just $69. Now, 1 day alone at WagerTalk.com is $39. You're getting 7 days for just $30 more. That's right. $69 gets you the next 7 days and nights of college and pro football and college and pro basketball, but you've got to have promo code MERRIL7, MERRIL 7, MERRIL7. Gets it done. 7 days and nights, college and pro football and basketball for just $69. Merril 7, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. All right, biggest college football game of the season goes on Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN, and that, of course, is the rematch of the SEC championship game from just a month ago between Georgia and Alabama. Georgia, the most dominant college football team all season long until the conference championship game last month, in which Alabama took it to them. Georgia, of course, bounced back with an easy 34-11 win against Michigan on New Year's Eve. Bama kept it rolling with a just as easy win, 27-6 against Cincinnati. So the question is, did that change what this line was going to be? You know, we saw the advanced line going into the Georgia game. By the way, after Alabama won, some sports books put an advanced line on this probable matchup, and it was it was Georgia -1. After Georgia won easily, just like Bama, it went to 2.5 by January 1st. And we did see it hit 3 earlier last week. But now as we head into the weekend, mostly 2.5s out there. And it's not a surprise because Alabama is looking like a pretty public underdog in this game. Once again, the most public play in this game, from the numbers I'm looking at, looks to be Alabama. Now keep in mind, the public was on Bama last week against Cincinnati. Nothing heavy, but they did win with them against the Bearcats. But more importantly, the public was on Michigan against Georgia. Michigan was one of the most public underdogs in any bowl game this season, and obviously they came up flat. Georgia steamrolled them. But the public, once again, is fading the Bulldogs, and it makes a lot of sense. First of all, Alabama as an underdog is very enticing, or should I say Nick Saban as an underdog is very enticing. You know, to put in perspective how incredible he's been since he took over Alabama in 2007, every recruiting class, which is basically a 4-year span, every recruiting class that Nick Saban has had since 2007, at some point in that 4-year span has won a championship, a national title. Every one of the past 14-plus recruiting classes has won a national title at some point during their 4-year stay. In fact, the 2009 recruiting class won 3 national titles in 4 years. So it really is remarkable what Nick Saban has done. And he's obviously a tough coach to fade as a dog. Hey, look, we saw what happened fading Nick Saban as a dog last month, right? Alabama had to win the SEC championship game to get into the playoff picture. They did so. They won the game outright as a 6 to 6.5 point underdog. Now the line is only 2.5. Now, once again, it was on that key number of 3 earlier in the week. In fact, I was doing some national radio and TV shows, and back on Thursday, I told people, hey, look, if you like Alabama, you want to take the +3 now because the public looks like they're going to come in pretty heavy on the dog. If you like Georgia, you wait for the 2.5 or less. Well, as of the weekend, pretty much all the 3s were gone. There's a couple out there. I don't think it'll go back to that key number, but once again, we have a few days until kickoff. I'm recording this video going into the weekend. You know, the game kicks off Monday night, so we'll see. But the public is looking like they're lining up on Alabama, and I expect most of the public to be making their bets on Monday after they play all the NFL games Sunday. So Bama looking like a pretty public play here in the national championship game as a slight underdog. By the way, looking back at that game last month, you know, Georgia obviously was a 6 to 6.5 point favorite. They lost outright. Really nothing misleading about it. They did have 2 turnovers to none. Alabama pretty much played a perfect game. And keep in mind, the week before that, they barely beat Auburn in overtime just to get to the championship game. One thing about this game that jumps out to me, though, is the rushing season for Alabama. Alabama threw the ball at will against Georgia. 421 passing yards against Georgia. And that was really impressive because Georgia on the season had been allowing only about 4.5 yards per pass attempt, which is just an incredible number. I mean, on average, most teams average about 7.5 yards per pass attempt in college football this year. Georgia was holding their opponents, their first 12 opponents this year, at about 4.5 yards per pass attempt. After that Alabama game, their number jumped to about 5.5. So Bama, in one game, increased Georgia's defensive numbers by 20% to the worst. So that's how incredible that performance was by Alabama. But Bama only ran for 115 yards in that game, and they really struggled to run against Auburn the week before, just 64 in that regular season finale. Of course, only had 112 against Arkansas the week before that. Now, they did put up 301 rushing yards last week against Cincinnati. They had a big lead in that game. They ran a lot. But I think the key is going to be, can Alabama run the ball? Because they really haven't been consistent this year running the ball, whereas Georgia has, averaging almost a yard per rush more than Bama. The question, of course, on the Georgia side, can they make the adjustments to slow down that prolific Alabama passing attack? It really is a pro-style passing offense. Georgia's been able to stop everybody else this year. They even limited Michigan, but they struggled with Alabama in that most recent meeting. So it's a really intriguing matchup. It's definitely the 2 best teams in college football. It's nice to see a good championship game, and that's what we get on Monday nights. Once again, Alabama is looking like a public underdog on Monday night. Quickly on the total on the way out here, I don't see a ton on the total. The public is leaning towards the over like they normally do. No surprise there. I do think the public to the over is the way this will probably play out. Line sitting around 52, 51.5, 52. Maybe it'll go a little bit higher, although if we get sharp money, sometimes that offsets it. So a little bit of a public lean to the over on the total. Public is leaning towards Alabama on the side. Hey, don't forget, if you want to get 7 days and nights of all sports, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, promo code Merril7 gets you 7 days and nights of both basketball and football for just $69. Merril 7. Merril 7, 2 R's, 1 L. Merril 7 gets you 7 days and nights of all sports for $69. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you found this video useful and helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up, a like. Don't forget to subscribe right here. Hit the subscribe button for WagerTalk TV. We're getting ever so close to 100,000 subscribers right here on this great free channel. And if you want instant alerts when these videos are posted, when my NFL Fade the Public videos posted each and every week, click the bell next to the subscribe button, and you get instant alerts and be the first to watch these videos when they're fresh off the press. Hey, most importantly, leave me a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on who you like in the championship game on Monday night. I love my comments. I read each and every one of them, and I reply back as always. Let me know who you like in the biggest college football game of the season, Georgia-Alabama, part 2 on Monday night. Once again, subscribe, like, and comment below, and be sure to check back each and every day right here on WagerTalk TV for great free information. Best of luck. Enjoy the game on Monday night. I'll talk to you again soon.